There is a number of referrals made here. What happens next?
Well, that's a great question. These referrals will go to the Department of Justice, and there is a question about what, if anything, comes from them here. Remindingly, the Department of Justice is deep into its own investigation that's being led by Special Counsel Jack Smith. So it's unprecedented. We've never seen a congressional committee refer criminal charges against a sitting or former president. But, of course, the DOJ will have its own path to take on this, and it's, of course, well aware of what this committee was up to. They're going to start voting on this now to codify these referrals. And remarkable, again, obstruction of an official proceeding, inciting an insurrection among the charges, conspiracy to make a false statement, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. It's interesting as well. They mentioned Donald Trump. They mentioned his former lawyer, John Eastman. But there are other co-conspirators who have not yet been named, and we'll be seeking those names for you as well.
So we will look for all of the people named here, Joe, but obviously President Trump is front and center, as this is someone who is seeking the presidency once again. He is running in the 2024 race. What is the implication here for that?
Well, look, the implication is that this is a presidential candidate and a former president who's facing an enormous number of legal challenges. You have to remember as well the case in Georgia, the case in the Southern District of New York, two different cases at the Department of Justice, as we also remember the Mar-a-Lago secret documents case here. The walls are closing in at Mar-a-Lago, clearly. The question is whether this will actually add to the pressure or will simply become for a story for posterity. You have to remember, part of the committee's work here was to set the record straight and create a document, which we'll get later this week, for Americans to be able to go through and understand exactly what happened on the 6th and how it happened. The Department of Justice, on the other hand, will be, of course, the legal body that will go after this. One thing I'll note, though, is if he is in fact found guilty of insurrection, that would prevent Donald Trump from ever holding office again. If you've taken the oath and you're found guilty of inciting an insurrection, a riot against the country like this, or an attempted coup, it is against the law to be an office holder again. So that would clearly have significant implications for someone seeking to hold the Oval Office.